Hey everybody, Kate Michael Maupin here, your Cincinnati real estate agent, and I'm here with Jo. She is a stager for Design to Market. How are you today, Jo?
Oh, I'm great, thank you.
Good. Now she has kindly given me her time to ask her a few questions and then hopefully inform a lot of these sellers that are watching this video about staging and what and how important it is to the market today. So, Jo, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came about doing what you do.
Oh, sure. So I spent about 18 years in the corporate world in sales and marketing with a background in marketing, and realized in about 2004 that there was a real opportunity for specialization in helping people as they were getting their homes ready for the real estate market. What happened was HGTV started to get popular and everybody became more interested in design. Mm-hmm. And I did a lot of research in California, New York, larger cities. Staging had been a really prevalent service that people used. And at that point, there were no stagers in Cincinnati. Realtors have always helped their clients, but with buyers' expectations going where they've gone, it was important to have an outsider that could help out in this process. Mm-hmm. So we started the company, and since then, our first stagings in 2004, we've worked in 11,000 different homes. And that's a combination of vacant home stagings as well as individuals that are living in their homes and need us to help them just make sure they're putting their best foot forward.
Okay, well, great. And you guys have a lot of furniture in here too, right?
We do. We have 10,000 square feet. And we keep approximately 80 to 100 homes staged at all times. And that's a combination of vacant homes and also owner-occupied homes where we bring artwork and accessories and decorative items and help people just finish that look.
Okay, great. So I know a lot of people ask about staging. Why do you think it's very important to stage a house rather than just let it be vacant or have their house be presented how it is at the moment?
There's a national study that was done comparing a population of staged to unstaged homes. And homes that are staged sell for as much as 6.5% higher than the unstaged. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is when you initially list a home, you get a lot of activity. I'm sure as a realtor you see that happen.
Yeah.
But it's that, it's trite, but you only get one chance to make a first impression. Mm-hmm. And what happens is sometimes when people aren't really sharp in their presentation, they'll get a flurry of activity, but getting somebody back who doesn't grab that home, it's really tough. So what will happen is after a number of weeks, a realtor might say, you need to really revisit this. Maybe we need to adjust the pricing. Maybe we need to change the look of the house. Yeah. And so the theory of staging is that what you spend up front on staging is almost always less than the first price drop. So if you can avoid that price drop, get it on the market. We see time and again now people do a good job presenting their homes. They end up in multiple offers and really have a good competitive buyer pool for their homes. Right.
And especially today, there are less and less sellers out there right now.
Yeah.
So more and more buyers are having less options to choose from. So staging would boost your house as different and let it stand out from all the other homes in the area.
And the misnomer on that is people think, there's a limited number of supply of homes. I don't need to spend that money. Mm-hmm. But most buyers, unless they're pressed because of a job change, a lot of buyers are looking for something they might like better. And if your home doesn't meet their expectations, even though the limitations of the choices, they're still not going. People don't want to buy a project. They want to buy a home and they want to move in and have it ready to unpack their boxes and have a party.
Right. Exactly. So for the consulting portion of the staging, do you talk to them about what you plan on putting in it, but you also give them some ideas about what they should do themselves as well, right?
Yes, our staging consultation, we come to the home and we walk through your home first, typically on our own, putting on the hat of a prospective buyer. We're looking at condition. We're not inspectors, but we're looking at things like the caulk in the bathtub, the carpet, is it clean? We're also looking at the colors on the walls. We're looking at things like the metal finishes. Is the hardware, the knobs on your kitchen cabinets? It's really inexpensive to switch out brass knobs and put in some brush nickel as an example. Then we're looking at the furnishings, both how they will present in the listing photos, which are so critical in the process, and we're looking at this strategy. if this is a 4-bedroom home in an area where people with children are purchasing, the bedrooms need to show a family-friendly kind of appearance. So it's those kind of things that we look for in the consultation. And a lot of our clients, after a consultation, we give them a list of the things that they can tackle, and they may not need us again after that, or they might say, I'm going to tackle these items, and then I'd like you to come back and get involved. Maybe help us hang the artwork after we paint the walls, or maybe stage the shelves and make sure the furniture is in the right position.
Right.
So that is an outcome that can happen with the consultation.
Okay,
so,
great.
Yeah.
And one more question here for... now that they know what type of services you provide, can you accommodate different budgets for individual people?
Oh, for sure. We work in for example, the last 3 weeks, we've worked in a home that's now listed at $115,000 and one that's listed at $1.9 million. We also understand budgets. We can work with a client who maybe does the consultation, which is $215, and then says, I'm willing to work hard, I don't have a lot to spend. So when we create a list with some elbow grease and some time spent, you can tackle a lot of that. Other clients may be in a situation where they need to paint, they need to replace carpet, they need to make some other minor changes or even a little bit more major changes. But in understanding the budget requirements of the client, we can definitely help fit within the parameters of what they can do for their projects.
Okay, great. So some people have already moved out of their house.
Yes.
And it's sitting vacant now. Would you suggest them to stage it before they list it?
Yeah, our experience is that this, as I mentioned with the consultations, in the vacant environment too, the listing photos are so critical to this process because you've got to get on these shopping lists of these buyers that have limited time a lot of times. So a vacant home is really hard to attract prospective buyers. The other challenge in a vacant home is that the statistic on the ability of buyers to understand and process the way a room looks is that 10% have the ability to walk into an empty space and say, oh, I get it, my sofa would go here and this would be a nice room.
Right.
90% can't see it. So if they go into a home and they're working hard to understand how they themselves could live in this space, you can lose that person in a way that having a well-presented and staged property can really change things. And you don't put furniture in every room. You may do the living space, breakfast room, maybe the master bedroom, accessorize the kitchen. It's not the type of budget where you need to go into every space in the house and put furniture.
Right. Yeah, because you've done a few for me, actually. We've had, I do a few rehabs myself, and Joe's helped me with a few of those. And one of them was a $300,000 house in Loveland, and the other one, was a $100,000 house somewhere else. So within any budget, she will be able to help you out. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Her information is right here at the bottom. So if you have any questions for her as well, feel free to give her a call, and she will talk to you about a consultation. Did you have any last minute thoughts?
What I would say is it's a really smart thing to give yourself some time, and I see it as a 3-part team. Your realtor, rely on them to help you with understanding your competitive pressure, your stager to understand the aesthetic piece, and you to understand how much money and how much time you have to put into the project.
All right. Well, great. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Great.
And we will see you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye.